Until the final few seconds, we were playing with a one-man advantage. What do you take away from this game?
Feels like a loss. Very disappointing. Didn't think we managed the second half well. This has now become a pattern. Again, when we're in winning position and we don't show a strong enough mentality, strong enough urgency. I mean, for me, when I look at how we played after we gave up the goal, that's the way we should play every game for 90 minutes. And there's a pattern of this, I would say, mix of complacency with a few guys and a mix of fear with a few guys. And we got to change it. Because when the pressure tightened up in the second half, we didn't manage the game well. Gave the ball away too much, fouled too much. We didn't score the third goal when we should have. Shown more killer instinct. We didn't manage the last 10 minutes well. With some poor decisions on going to corners, keeping the ball, just things you have to manage, as a professional player and as a professional team, a winning team. So this is a pivotal moment. This is either, a turning point where we finally decide, after the guys look in the mirror and they look at that second half and they realize it's not good enough. It can be a turning point, a stepping stone, or it's going to be a stumbling block. It's one of two things. But we got to sort it out if we're going to win anything. Otherwise, we'll continue to fall short. We'll always play pretty well because we got a good enough team. We're organized, and, got our fans behind us. But to be a winning team, we have to have a strong mentality.
Kid, was this one of the toughest finishes that you've had since you've been here?
I don't know about that. There are a lot of tough ones. When you look back over the 4.5 years, I remember some late losses and things like that. I mean, obviously, we've had some tough ones recently, in this stretch. But again, I'm looking more big picture, than today, and I'm looking more at the trend and the pattern, and I know what it takes, to be a winning team. When I say winning team, I don't mean just winning a game. I mean winning something at the end of the year, and this team has the potential to do that. My belief in their ability to do that hasn't wavered, but when Nagy went out of the game changed. That shouldn't happen. One player going out of the game, the personality shouldn't change. When Nagy took over the game after the goal, the game changed. And we have to have a team of guys that are going to take over the game. We have to have a team of guys that can find ways to win games and make plays. And in that second half, there were three things we wanted to do. First one was keep the ball. We didn't do that. We gave the ball away, unforced errors all over, far too much. Strange. We didn't want to foul because we knew every foul would be a set piece, and we lacked discipline, obviously, and fouled far too much. And we didn't get burned on a set piece, but we could have. We gave them time and time again a chance, to get their bigs up and and get a chance. That wasn't what we wanted to happen. That's lack of discipline, moving your feet, and then the third thing was to score the third goal. We wanted to play the exact same way that we played after we gave up the goal, the way we played to get 2 goals, and again, the human nature of some guys kicked in, or I would say the human nature of the collective group, and we didn't show the lack of killer instinct, and we got punished again. So I'm hoping this is finally, like I said, the turning point. We can use it as a stepping stone, where we can come together and have a stronger, tougher mentality. Because we need more leadership inside the lines. With guys making plays, that's leadership because it's by example. And then just in terms of messages and calming guys, and we need more of that inside the lines. And we have guys that are bringing some of that, but we need more of it if we want to be the team that we want to be, that we can be.
what was Nagby's injury and what do you expect from him going forward?
I don't know. He had a tight hamstring. Said he had to come out of the game. That he felt like it was going to go. So unfortunately, we had to take him out. And I thought it was a big. It shouldn't be one player, but I thought it was a big turning point in the game. And I think kept the ball well after he left. He was one of the key guys, I think, in our good play.
You mentioned a pattern that's kind of creeping up now. What do you need to do as a coach? Because obviously you wanted to kind of stop this pattern the last few games. What do you need to do as a coach now this week to try to make this a turning point and not go another direction?
I mean that's personality. I'll continue to push him and challenge him, and told him to watch the second half. But watch. It's easy to stand up and say this and that, but go and watch, and look in the mirror. There's far too many guys that gave the ball away when they shouldn't. Far too many guys fouled. Far too many guys didn't make the right decisions. Individually and collectively to figure it out. And leadership-wise, we need more guys that are wanting to hold people accountable. And like I said, we'll always be a pretty good team, but that's not what we want to be this year, and that's not what we should be.
Our series of games, one after another, no longer time to rest. Did that play into this result at all?
No, because they had the same thing to manage, and obviously both teams were tired, but they were down a man. So, how do they find a goal? How do we not score the third goal? Again, I'll say it inside the lines, stronger, keep the ball, don't foul, score the third goal, hold people accountable. We have to have a team of leaders. We have to have a team of guys that are killers, that don't accept losing, that don't accept anything less than the best that we can give. And we're not always getting the best we can give. And that's disappointing because the periods where we've put it together in the first half, Colorado, some recent examples, first half Colorado, I would say maybe end of the first half Minnesota, maybe for a period, when we were 2-1 down. Today, when we're 1-0 down, that's all mental. That's all mental. And I can't sort that out. I will continue to show the film and say this needs to be done this, but it has to be developed. The internal mental toughness and accountability has to be developed and brought out by the players. Obviously, Ridgewell out, you see a little bit, right, what he brings. So that is a factor. Obviously, when you have your best leader, and when I say by leader, by vocal leadership inside the lines, right? Guy that's gonna talk to guys and say, listen, this, that. Can't be the coach on the sideline doing that. It has to be inside the lines. And the winning teams that I've seen, that I've coached, that I've had, they had guys inside the lines that were holding guys accountable. And in the locker room before I'm in there, we had guys that were saying stuff. They didn't even need to hear it from me. And I think we're lacking a bit of that.
Thanks, everyone. Locker room's open.